Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I am Viper's Cow. Yes, it has been a very long time since anything has appeared on this channel. But we're here, we're back, we're ready. Yes, there's a dog right there. He's going to do his thing through this video. Feel free to be distracted by the dog if you want, that's okay. Nothing wrong with that, dogs are great. His name is Rocco. This may be his one and only appearance because we're just dog sitting him. So make the most of it. So thank you for coming back to the channel. I do appreciate every single one of you for watching this video. Again, I know it has been a very long time. But today marks the beginning of a new adventure, a possible series of adventures if things go well, where we are going to take a look at certain teams around the country, around the world, who have let go of some players, or a lot of players that we now know ply their trade elsewhere, and we're going to put those players all on one team and see just how good that team can be. You may have figured out from the thumbnail that this first series is going to be about Manchester United. So what we're going to do basically is I have compiled a squad of some of their rejected players in the past. To qualify as a rejected player, of course they must have been at the club at some point in their career, but they may not have made more than 50 senior appearances. Now I used Wikipedia as the source. I can send you the links for the articles that I used to get the information. But essentially 50 appearances, or more than 50 appearances, disqualifies a player. So that includes substitute appearances. I could have had Zlatan in this team. I think he was at 51 or 52, including substitute appearances. Players like Memphis Depay and Adnan Januzaj. They will not be making appearances in this squad because they've made too many appearances, even though those two for sure were definitely rejected by Manchester United. Some of the players may not necessarily be rejects. I know Zlatan would not have been a reject, but he would have qualified under the criteria, so I would have rolled with it anyway, just to get some kind of competitive squad together. So without further ado, let's take a look at Rejects United. Can confirm Raphael has a different face to his twin brother. But anyway, back to the important stuff. We'll keep going on through the squad. Morgan Schneiderlin for the midfield if you want to play a defensive midfielder. The good news is we do have a lot of variety in terms of positions within the squad. So it looks like we might be able to have a few tactical options. I was worried we were going to be kind of restricted. Having one left back isn't ideal, but in terms of available options where we can play, we're actually looking alright. We have guys like Robbie Brady, who's getting on a bit. He's only 20. I thought he was older than 27. He disappeared off the face of the earth the last year or so. Tom Lawrence, Angel Di Maria, talk about a reject. He had a miserable time at Manchester United, but he has made his way back to England to Rejects United, hopefully, to make up for what was a bit of a disastrous spell in Manchester. Ravel Morrison, the enigma. Everyone thought he could have been so good, and he just hasn't been. Determination 9, hardly surprised. Leadership 4, it's probably being generous. He could be, if he plays up to his potential, a key part of the team, even if it's just in spells. Nick Powell, the FM legend that he is back at Manchester United. Shinji Kagawa, I thought he might have played too many games, but I checked it, he was not. He was under the threshold. I'm pleased to have him, and he's 30 years old. Plenty of Premier League experience and international experience. Great addition to the side. Wilfred Zaha, of course, he had 2 games at Manchester United during that kind of fateful spell right at the end of Sir Alex Ferguson's era. Moyes didn't want him, he went back to Palace. He can be also a true star for this lineup. Di Maria on one side, Zaha on the other. That shapes up to hopefully give us an outstanding combination on the wings. And then up front, Falcao, if he's fit, could be our star. He is 33, he's maybe not quite physically what he was, but he's still capable. Still has enough about him. Mentally, though, outstanding. We know he can finish. He is set to be the number 1, but he has competition. Will Keane, maybe not so much, but Joshua King, of course, linked back with Manchester United in January, did not make it. He is a possibility. And then you saw Giuseppe Rossi, the forgotten man, 32 years old. Feels like he's been around a lifetime. Physically, he was destroyed by those injuries he had. But we know he knows where the back of the net is, even if he comes on for 10, 15 minutes at a time and can maybe sneak a goal here or there, he will be valuable enough. A quick look at it in kind of a team report set up here, just kind of prove my point about having all that range. There isn't a position where we can't play. Wingbacks might be an option. Guillermo Varela on the right hand side can play up there, and Robbie Brady presents a nice option at left back if we go with wingbacks. I don't normally, but it is a possibility. But all across the field we have options, we have decent players everywhere. where I feel pretty good. Centre midfield is a weakness, Schneiderlin in there, but I'm not going to play Di Maria in centre mid, at least Paddy McNair, who's decent. I wouldn't know if he's actually up to the task of being a starting Premier League central midfielder, so that might be something where we kind of ease up a little bit, but we'll have to see how that goes. But our options look good. This is a decent lineup. Our prediction for the year, I believe, isn't actually horrific. I saw this when I loaded it up. The season preview has us in 13th place, which is definitely better than I thought this was going to go. There's some names I'd forgotten about, to be honest, so the squad is definitely in a healthier spot than it could have been. If we finished 13th, that would be great. I'd be delighted by that. So to recap, the premise of the save is we have this squad full of Manchester United rejects. They didn't want them, we want them, we have them now. We're going to play one season under the guise of Rejects United here with them in an attempt to do as well as possible. Obviously a high league finish would be ideal. Sneak a trophy in there maybe, the FA Cup and League Cup. We're going to go for both of them. If we can get silverware out of this, that would be ideal. At the end of the season, all being well, we will move on and create a new team of rejects to slot into this space and see if they can be even better than Rejects United. As the year goes on, if there's a certain club you want to see featured in this with their players, drop it in the comments. It will definitely be considered for the next year of the series. I want this to keep going on. I want to have a big battle out, see which team can prevail. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. It means a lot to me, every single one of you. If you did like this one, please hit that like button. It's always great to get some good push on episode 1. See if we can keep the ball rolling for future episodes, future weeks. Keep this going for as long as possible. It lets me know this is actually something that might be decent to, see and watch, and something a bit different. So please let me know, comment, like, all that fun stuff, and I will see you guys for the start of the season next time.